Hey guys, my name is Miss Jennings. I am a teacher here for 7th and 8th grade at Orozco. And I just want to tell you guys a little bit about my story and my path of how I got my college degree. It's a little different than what a lot of people think about when they talk about going to college. Right out of high school, I lived on my own, so I had to work to pay my bills. And I didn't get to go to college right away because I couldn't afford it. I did start going to like community college and taking like a class here and a class there, but I really couldn't afford to take off of work. I had to work full time, so I had to keep going to work versus going to school. It took me 10 years to get a 4-year degree. So it was a much different path than a lot of people take, but the biggest thing was that I stayed with it. I knew that I wanted to go to college. I knew that in order for me to get a good job and do what I always wanted to do, which was teach, I had to finish that degree. So I just kept with it, and even though it was very hard to do, and it was very hard to pay my bills, and it was very hard to get all of the work done that I had to do, I stayed with it, and I had a really great support system behind me that did it, and now here I am, finally a teacher.
Hi, my name is Franz Schneller. I'm a CPS school nurse. I just want to talk to you all, let you know that education is key. You might not see that right now. You know, you're in school, you seeing all the society showing you things that, I mean, it's not the road to go down. Yeah, you listen to the music, you see your friends, you see people out on the street, gang banging, selling, whatever it is. That's not gonna last. You know, education will last. Because just because you do go to school doesn't mean that you're automatically smart. But the fact that you've learned stuff in the classroom, you've got new experience, new connections, new friends, that improves the knowledge right there. Not just having that degree, but the degree does help, especially in society. You know, people will look at you different. It shouldn't be that way, but they will look at you different. Get that education, you know. Just try to, you know, expand that knowledge within your mind, within yourself, within your family, within your friends, family. I saw both sides of it. I saw how, without having an education, you know, what the streets will do to you. And you will. There's only two options. You will be 6 feet under, or you will be locked up. And personally, I knew that wasn't for me. I made mistakes in the past, but I knew, like, it's time to correct it. So that's why I went to college, got my education. It was difficult. College was fun, though. After, you know, getting the degree and just seeing where I am now, I just feel so much better that my mind was opened up to, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of just expand what potential I can do in life. So going from the fact that I didn't think I was going to even get into college because high school grades weren't really there, but the fact after going to college, playing sports, then now I have my master's in nursing, it's like the world is just open to me. You know, the ceiling is the clouds, literally. So, you know, take heed to that.
Hi, my name is Miss Carrillo. I'm the kindergarten teacher here at Orozco. And when I think about my college growth mindset, it was so far away. I felt it was impossible because my parents never went to college, and that just felt like it was never going to happen. And I started learning about it. There were people who really cared at school in my life that said, yes, you can go to college. What do you want to do? And going through the whole paperwork, and I had to find people who can help me who knew, and I relied on a lot of my teachers. My parents didn't understand the process. They said, you're not gonna go away to college, and so it was very hard when you have grown-ups telling you, yes, you have to go to college, become somebody, and then your parents and your family didn't know what that was. So I was the first one to accomplish that, and I was, once I learned more about it, I learned about how I was gonna pay for it. So yes, I did have to work, but I also learned about financial aid and scholarships, and just everything that I knew I can put together, I made it happen.
Hi, I'm Mr. Resna. I just want to talk to you a little bit today about going to college. I went to Indiana University, and I was one of the first in my family to go to college. But my problem was it was really a challenge because college can be really expensive. So I had to get lots of scholarships, and I also had to do what's called a work-study program where I was at college and I worked to get money while I was going to school. I went to Indiana University because I knew it had a good reputation for some of the things that I was interested, like education and exercise physiology and health. So that was important to me. I also went there because I knew that there'd be a lot of support for me because I knew college was a big jump from high school. So this made it really a good opportunity, a good challenge for me. I enjoyed the experience. I learned a lot about myself and who I am. I think college is really important for everybody to go to. And if you need any advice, go to Indiana.
Hi students, it's Ms. Rivera, Dean of Culture here. I wanted to take a few minutes to share with you my journey from elementary school to high school and then post-secondary, which is college. I think it's super important to talk about growth mindset and what does that actually look like. We say this term, you've heard it, but what does that actually mean? So for me, as you know, or you may not know, I'm a Latina, similar to some of you, and I was the second person in my family to go to college and graduate, and gracefully can tell you today that I even have a master's degree. However, the journey wasn't always easy or mapped out for me. It took some work, it took sacrifice, and it took effort. Specifically, when I think of applying to college, I can recall being in a program called Upward Bound. When you have a chance, get off Fortnite, Google it. Super helpful. It's around till today. For those of you that know that I do test prep with kids on Saturdays, I do it through Upward Bound. And actually, as rising 9th graders next year, it's something that you can be a part of. Come and see me offline. I'd be happy to tell you about it. While I was in Upward Bound, I did it from 9th to 12th grade. They helped me with my college applications. They helped me find money so that I wouldn't have to pay everything out of pocket or take loans. They helped me with my FAFSA step by step so that I knew how to do it. They also took me to see colleges and universities during spring break and Christmas break while I was in high school for free. And it was an amazing opportunity being the second person in my family in a home where Spanish was the dominant language. It was challenging. And there were moments when I thought about, you know what, do I even have what it takes to do this? Is this like for me? And then I thought about some of my family members who only went to high school or some that didn't finish. And they would say, Nisi, don't end up like me. Don't work 12, 14, 15-hour days and you don't even have enough money to take your kids on a vacation. And I would think of that on those days where I had to write 10-page papers or read 100 pages in a weekend. I would say, Nisi, what's like your end goal here? What's your mission? Do you want to have opportunities? Do you want to live a life where you're not always watching your back and when you're not labeled because you're a Latina? And then I would persevere. And then I would keep going. And that, in my opinion, is grit. And you can do it not only because I did it, but you have even more opportunities at your fingertips that were not available to me. Doesn't matter what society says. It doesn't matter what the status quo is. You have the opportunity to chart your future. Start writing in the lines with permanent ink and think about what you can do with your life.
Hi guys, my name is Efrain Martinez. I'm the principal of Orozco Academy. I have a lot of stories about college. I remember going to college in a small town 1 hour south of Pittsburgh. The town is called California. And in California, Pennsylvania, I had a scholarship And the reason why I apply is because there was an application, I applied and I got it. But it was a 3-year scholarship. So my plan was to graduate in 3 years, so I didn't have to spend 1 more year. The only issue I had is I had to learn the language. So I will go to classes, I will record the class, and I will go to my room, transcribe what I thought the class was saying, go to the writing center, and then go home and study. So I didn't have many friends. I didn't take advantage of what the usual college kid does, because my goal was going to be to graduate in 3 years. So what I learned is that no matter the struggles that you have or the things that people tell you, like I was told many times, go back to Mexico, even though I'm not from Mexico. You're gonna have challenges in life that you will never imagine, but you have to have your set goals, what you want for your life, and keep your vision with you along the way, because regardless of the struggles that you have, if your vision stays intact, you are going to succeed. So good luck. You know where to find me. Any questions? I'm here for you.